Good afternoon, and welcome to a presentation of the book Leading Change by John Kotter. In this talk, we have chosen to illustrate Kotter's book by highlighting the story of one change leader whom we thought you would recognize. This leader, known for her creative vision and team-building skills, has an MBA from Kansas State and is heavily involved in the family agricultural firm. Ms. Dorothy Gale. John Kotter is a professor at the Harvard Business School, whose career has focused on organizational change. In 1995, he wrote his book, Leading Change, after years of researching what did and didn't work when companies and institutions attempted to alter their direction. He developed his now widely recognized practical 8-step process. One key feature of Kotter's approach is that the 8 steps are designed to be sequential. He strongly states that skipping steps or moving on before fully implementing the previous stage will lead to failure of the change initiative. Step 1 to transforming your organization is establishing a sense of urgency. This step starts when one or more leaders recognize a threat to the strength of their organization or an important opportunity that they are missing out on. They believe that their organization needs to make a significant shift in some direction in order to be its most successful. Because no one can move an entire organization forward on their own, Step 1 discusses how important it is to get others concerned about the issue. In the next video clip, our change leader, Dorothy, sees a threat to the organization she cares about, but she has trouble convincing others of the seriousness of the problem.
Come on, we'll go tell Uncle Henry and Auntie Em. Come on. Aunt Em, just listen to what Miss Gulch did to Toto.
Dorothy, please, we're trying to count.
Oh, but Aunt Em, she hit over
Don't bother us now, honey.
Dorothy has just come face to face with the complacency of coworkers. They are distracted by day-to-day problems and are not feeling the same level of urgency. Later in her story, when a crisis ensues, she is proven right. She might have initially been more successful had she provided more facts or made the long-term threat seem more visible to others. Step 2 is forming a powerful guiding coalition. Once Dorothy has increased the level of urgency around the problem, she needs to form a coalition. She chooses people who see the need for change and also chooses a team with whom she can build a strong sense of trust. As Kotter advises, her coalition members bring a range of skills to the effort, and they are focused on both the head and the heart of the project. Step 3 is creating a vision. Working together, the Oz team comes up with a clear, achievable goal. They understand that they need to push people out of their comfort routines, as well as appeal to most members of the community. They recognize and accept that not everyone is going to be happy with their vision. Here is a clip of when it all comes together.
to get him a heart.
And him a brain.
I'm sure he could give you some courage.
Well, wouldn't you feel degraded to be seen in the company of a cowardly lion? I would.
Oh, of course not.
Gee, that's awfully nice of you. My life has been simply unbearable.
Oh, well, it's all right now. The wizard will fix everything.
It's been in me so long. I just got to tell you how I feel.
Well, come on.
Yeah, it's sad, believe me, missy, when you're born to be a sissy without the vim and vibe. But I could show my prowess, be a lion, not a mouse, if I only had the nerve. I'm afraid there's no denying I'm just a dandelion, a fate I don't deserve. I'd be brave as a blizzard.
I'd be gentle as a lizard.
I'd be clever as a gizzard.
If the wizard is a wizard who will serve
Then I'm sure to get a brain,
A heart.
a home.
the knave.
Having worked through the previous 3 steps, we move to step 4, communicating the vision. One of the reasons that Dorothy is so famous in leadership circles is for getting the change message across in an engaging manner. She creates a simple and repeatable slogan, and also does a great example of leading by example.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Here he is, the Wizard of a Wiz, if ever a Wiz there was. If ever a Wiz there was, the Wizard of Oz was one because of the wonderful things he does. We're off to see the wizard.
Now that the vision has been laid out and shared with a wide range of stakeholders, it's time for step 5, empowering others to act on the vision. Employees and stakeholders in a change initiative will only be able to alter their behaviors if they are freed up to do so. Outdated rules, systems, and management styles can get in the way of that happening. People may also need specific training to learn a new way of going about things. This next clip provides an example of bureaucratic behavior that temporarily gets in the way of the Oz team's change effort.
Who rang that bell?
We did.
Can't you read?
Read what?
The notice.
What notice?
It's on the door, as plain as the nose on my face.
Bell out of order. Please knock.
Well, that's more like it. Now, straight your business.
We want to see the wizard.
The wizard? But nobody can see the Great Oz. Nobody's never seen the Great Oz. Even I've never seen him.
Well, then how do you know there is one?
Because I don't. You're wasting my time.
Oh, please, please, sir. I've got to see the wizard. The Good Witch of the North sent me.
Prove it.
She's wearing the ruby slippers she gave her.
Oh, so she is. Well, bust my buttons. Why didn't you say that in the first place? That's a horse of a different color. Come on in.
Short-term wins is step 6 in Kotter's approach. These preliminary successes serve to keep a project moving forward when initial enthusiasm for it might falter. Kotter is clear that a change leader must show incremental positive outcomes throughout a change initiative in order to keep the process moving forward. This also helps to bring slow adopters on board. Short-term wins should not be left to chance. They should be planned strategically to come off well and build energy. In the following clip, you will see a carefully orchestrated event carried out by a member of Dorothy's team. The result was increased motivation for other participants in her change initiative.
There.
You fool.
Step 7. Consolidating improvements and producing still more change. Once a change initiative is moving in the right direction, it's important not to sit back and relax. you need to continue to show progress, and whenever possible to empower more staff to take up the new way of doing things. You may also need to get rid of managers or supervisors who are determined to stand in the way of the new vision. Again, Dorothy and her coalition do this well.
I'm melting! Melting! Oh, what a world! What a world! Who would have thought a good little girl like you could destroy my beautiful wickedness? Ah, look out! Look out! I'm going! Ah, ah.
She's dead. You killed her.
I didn't mean to kill her. Really, I didn't. It's just that he was on fire.
Hail to Dorothy! The Wicked Witch is dead! Hail to Dorothy! The Wicked Witch is dead!
The broom. May we have it?
Please, and take it with you.
Oh, thank you so much. Now we can go back to the wizard and tell him the Wicked Witch is dead.
And finally, we reach step 8, institutionalizing new approaches. An organization will know they have reached this stage when the change vision has become the norm, when the formerly new actions are now habits and would be described as part of the culture by an outside observer. At this stage, the original leader can step down and the new way of doing things will still carry on. Here is how it happened in Oz.
Wizards, and I hereby decree that until what time, if any, that I return, the Scarecrow, by virtue of his highly superior brain, shall rule in my stead, assisted by the Tin Man, by virtue of his magnificent art, and the Lion, by virtue of his courage. Obey them as you would me.
There you have it, Kotter's approach to leading change in a nutshell. Dorothy's Oz case is one example of the 8 steps being used successfully. Some argue that hers is not the typical organization. We encourage you to examine this system of effecting change and decide how likely it would be to lead to a fairy tale ending in an organization you are familiar with.